Tonight in Clear's Tai Chi, we worked on reviewing our next section for the test for the first level in the intermediate program of our classes. And so in that, we covered a few topics. The first one being Zhong Ding, or central equilibrium through the body, and that really this means that if you were straight up and down to the point that if the line through you is in the middle, that this wouldn't be it, because the line would then be either that way to the ground or coming out of you to the ground this way, and then your body's not in it. Same thing with this. It's that the Zhong Ding, if you're looking at the side of me, goes right through here on that line. And if you look from the front, that it's not on one side or the other side, again, it is right in the middle. So it is right truly in the middle of you, all the way through down into the ground. And that there are a number of benefits for this, including, let me have one of you, including the idea that if we're pushing, whether we push arm to arm or body to body or whatever, if I'm leaning somewhere or he's leaning somewhere, that it's very easy to be sent off that way, literally from here. But if he's straight up and down, that same one gets this response. Now, if I feel for that, if I sense for that, right now he's got a slight pitch to the front and this way, this kind of a thing. So try to maintain actually. And so from here, and so he's lining it up, and I'm looking and feeling for where it's out. Okay? And so it'll be the same if I'm coming towards me, if I'm pushing towards him, if I'm pushing to one side or the other side. And you can feel it really is central like this. So when we're playing, whatever we're doing there, if I feel his is off and out, I can move that whole line and he'll go with it. I don't have to use a lot of force for that. If he comes to catch my line, same thing. If he pushes here, if he goes, okay, so I'll pull. If I'm center, it's all the same for me. Try to take me to one side or the other. And he's got to do it without compromising his, because all I did from there was go with the line. So you get a lot of people, they'll dive in leaning. Well, where's their line at? It's through here. And so they're coming into me on my line. I keep mine good. Go ahead. And it becomes this kind of a thing. And so, as soon as I got that line out, all I had to do, like if I push here to it, he's good. I got him to pitch and change the line, and then I pushed into the line, hence getting that response off the body. And so come to catch me like that, either up or down. And I already went down and forward. Now just go up and out. And there it comes. Do that again. Yeah, and so you felt it off to the side a little bit.
But I have to keep.
And he's got to keep his straight too. And so it really is keep that straight and obviously stay relaxed. Think you stay relaxed around it, which then gives you all this freedom of motion, this kind of a way, and you can step with it and rapidly and easily, and you can have the legs as loose as the arms as long as you really keep central there. So they're very loose, but they're very powerful. And if you're going to hold a heavy weight, it's the same idea that I want it to be central, because if I'm leaning somewhere, I'm going to start feeling that weight on body parts instead of my whole structure equally having it. And so Zhong Ding, central equilibrium. And then with the walking, with the standing, and then testing it out with that push hands a little bit. And then also hanging from the bungee cord. And I talk about the hanging or the suspension being from underneath the chin and the back of the neck here, and that it should pull while the rest upwards. So you're suspended upwards while the rest of the body hangs, getting a very slight expansion, gentle, soft extension of the spine. This is only for someone who has not got back problems, neck problems. If you've got that, do not do that, right? But as long as everything's right, and that you're getting a longer spine, which is a health aspect of the art. And it's basically helping you to open. And then of course you can open and close that, and there's a lot of juice. Let me have one of you real quick. There's a lot of juice in that if I'm here, stay strong this way, but if I've, and you see the difference in the two things come again, that was not this. And I'm letting that come off of there. But again, healthy also, same thing. If I'm here, if I will lengthen that way, and you get the idea, versus if I'm trying to do that, not the same at all. And you can feel the difference, both sides of that. So hanging from the bungee cord is what I call it, or the string, the suspension up above, letting everything else sink. Thank you. And then move, do your movements, your set. We use the 8-move set for this because it's the shortest amount of moves. And so ideally you've really got those moves to the point that you could be talking to somebody, not really thinking about the moves, and the moves are so comfortable and you know them so well that it literally just kind of pours out and is correct. So that way you're not having to think about the moves, and then you can do other things and other qualities and other mental aspects and energetic aspects of what you're doing while you're doing your 8-move set or whatever it is. So make sure you've got the set going on like that, and we talked about that a little bit. And then with that, we want to do a charging method in the body where basically you really keep great structure, like the pulled up, everything aligned, but really super soft. And if you do this correctly, your body will have this sort of drawing in effect, and you may even be paying attention to it like that. And you want to go so soft that when you, and put your hands over your lower dantian softly, just be there. If it's soft enough, when you breathe in and out, you'll feel it pulls to the lower dantian in the middle, and you're not forcing it at all. In fact, that's where the breath wants to come in and out from as an automatic. If you're having to force it, it's wrong. If it's wanting to come in and out from somewhere else, you either have to make postural adjustment or you have to relax more. And you really want this relaxation. And if you do this, it will help to build just mental and physical energy that you're what you run through your day on, and you'll feel better. All right, so do that first, and then with the internal alignment really on there now. Part of that internal alignment as you do this is you'll find the chest kind of hollows a little bit and the back sort of expands and rounds some. This is in the Tai Chi classics to do this. You don't see it referenced as much because usually people end up where they just want to hang or they're working on that. That is first, and then this slightly hollowed chest, rounded back, but yet while keeping your structure integrity, keeping your structural integrity as opposed to letting it collapse doing it. The bigger trick is when you're working on it is to be soft enough while keeping it. And most people hold these tensions, or they even have a body shape that they keep, and they won't relax enough, or if they do relax, they end up going into a collapse. The alignment goes out of whack when they're being really soft, and you want to keep really soft and really good alignment at the same time. And so the structure is in there, and yet you are melting everything from head to toe that you can while doing that. And there's a lot of power in that. Let me have one of you again. Nope, if you want to come out, you can. It's all good. So be strong here. And so this is me this way, pushing on them. And so I've gone really soft while maintaining my structure, right? And I'll softer yet, come in there once, without, this is this. And softer, right? Push me. So I'm standing here, like push me to move me, yep, like that. And come again. Right, and it's all just moving here. Really soft, really structured. The more of that you can get, come again, more so yet. This is proper Tai Chi. At least the way I was taught it. Thank you. When you've done your form with this kind of a softness and this thing in it, and you can feel sort of this accumulation of just whole body energy and mental and physical that feels good over time of doing it and relaxing and just being able to go through the moves, continue to relax and go softer while really maintaining that great structure, but everything is super soft. And when you get done with your set, make sure to let it all kind of settle and wait and just hang out for a little bit like that. And And if you're doing it right, you'll feel that as opposed to just, gee, am I doing this or not? So keep up the great training. Look forward to doing more. If you want to know more about these or see the full expanded lesson where we're really going into more detail on all this stuff, that would be go to clearmartialarts.com, and we've got the thing there where you can sign up for 2 weeks for $5 and really get access to all of that. And thanks for watching.